Hey, welcome to Daddy Home. The greatest, whatever. It is what it is. I have a great show today. I have two very special guests. I have a amazing co-host who's back with us for her second time on the show. The first time, honestly, the episode had the most downloads ever. It's Natalie Moon.
Portman.
Hi, hello.
Not
I'm
Natalie
back.
Wood. Not Natalie Wood, but Natalie Moon.
No, didn't she drown? Like, wasn't that how she died? Like,
Yeah,
she,
Natalie Wood got thrown over a boat.
Oh, God, I wish that was me.
No. You have too much to live for.
Ah.
And a very special guest. He's the owner of a brand new comedy club in Baltimore, The Port. How about a nice Daddy Home welcome to Matt Hurley?
What's up, Daddy Home?
Hey, man. It's good to
Thank you
have
so much for having me on here. I'm looking forward to it.
Long
Yeah.
time no
This
see.
is such a cool and shout out to the studio. Does the studio have a name?
No.
Oh, you got to name it. This is a great studio. This is what a podcast studio should be.
I appreciate that, dude. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an amazing place. I'm very happy to be recording here. And a lot of other shows do, too. It's definitely like the hot place to be.
Yeah, it just doesn't have a bathroom. That's
You
really the
guys-
main draw.
That,
That's all right.
oh, Matt, I forgot to tell you. There's no bathroom.
That's
I'm
okay.
sorry.
You could call it the Bear Cave.
the club I
At
started
risk
only
of it
has one
sounding like a
bathroom,
gay
so.
club. It could be the Bear Cave because, like, it's got that energy.
It's got a bear cave type
Bear
of thing.
Cave
Yeah.
vibe.
Yep.
Well, there is a lion. Or no, that's a tiger. That's
Tiger.
a fucking tiger over there. All right.
Tigers, deer,
We got-
turtles. We got animals, baby.
The zoo.
The
Yup,
zoo.
The zoo. I like
The jungle. We'll call it the
Ooh.
jungle.
The jungle.
That sounds like a
Welcome to
sexy
the jungle.
80s song. Yeah.
Guns N' Roses.
Yeah. So here we are in the jungle recording studio. This was a great guest. We had a lot of fun. First, I have to ask. This is actually like a new bit I just came up with like 5 minutes ago. It's called "What's Up with Natalie."
Oh,
What's
God.
up with you? I haven't seen you in a while. Last time I saw you, there was a picture of you trying to get out of handcuffs.
Oh, that's actually really fun. Okay, so that came from the second ever Vagabond show.
Yes.
I
Okay.
was in the green room.
What is the Vagabond show?
The Vagabond is the theater in South Broadway. It's like that old timey cowboy looky theater. you
Yep.
know? Yeah.
Is it near like the strip club?
No,
By
no.
the Ritz or whatever?
No, it's yeah.
It's a couple blocks away
kinda.
from the Ritz,
It's
yeah.
like right across from Max's.
Yep.
But we were all playing with these handcuffs and opening them, closing them. Like they were opening. It
Right.
was normal. And then I latched them onto my wrist because I'm a dumb bitch. And they got stuck to me. And we used like bobby pins. Nobody could get them out. I tried to like stomp the handcuff off of me. It couldn't get off. So I went outside to the police and they tried to use the handcuff keys. And they were like, these are for sure fake.
Yeah.
But they are not coming up. And they're like, you should either go to like the emergency room or the fire department. So I went to the fire department after my set at Zizmo's and I did the entire set with a handcuff on. And I was like, ah.
That's kind of dope, actually.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That was like one of my second or third times at Zizmo's, and the first time I was there, I showed my boobs, so they got to know me really, really easily.
That's awesome.
Shout
wow.
out to Simo's.
Shout out
Love
Zizmo's.
Zizmo's,
That's the fucking place. I
Yep.
love it. I end up there even when I'm not supposed to be there. I'm just like, hey.
Just show up.
Yeah, no, I feel like a comedy ghost.
When you were wearing a handcuff, were you dressed up like in a costume or anything? Just regular streetwear?
I was in, so initially I was
This
going
was
to go.
like in the summer.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
I was gonna go out with my friends to the Rockwell afterwards. So I was in like when it actually happened, I was in a satin dress and heels.
Nice.
Like about to go out, and then like I realized that I had to go deal with this handcuff situation. So I changed back into like a tube top and athletic shorts and a flannel, and I was like, all right.
Wow.
It's fucking ridiculous. So handcuff happened.
Yeah. Also, you got like tasered or something?
I wore a shot collar
yeah.
on the last
Luke-
podcast me and Matt did.
Yeah.
Luke Harris, his great show
Yeah.
idea. He wants it to be like a roast battle where he starts like where the other person can shock him, basically.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I was like,
Oh
everybody
God.
was saying they would not be down for that. And I was like, I'd do it.
Yeah, I
and he
saw
was like,
footage
of it.
bet.
Was it on
Yeah.
your Instagram that there was footage?
Yeah. So it was kind of a put up or shut up moment. I was like, I
Yeah.
can't say that I would and then be handed the shot collar and not do it.
You're like,
I'm-
wait, maybe
I
not.
was like, for a second there, I was like, should I bitch out? And then I was like, nah. It's just, it's a
did
shot.
it,
It's
I
not going
know.
to be that bad. Well, he got it all the way up to 40, and he told me he tapped out at like 30 or something. I'm like,
Damn.
I don't know what that means for me. Like, should I be
No.
worried?
You just have a strong neck, I guess. Is that where they were shocking you?
I get,
Yep.
yeah, it was on
like
my
on your-
jugular.
Ow.
And like, I mean, it was a little sexy. Like, do you guys think that like Frankenstein, whenever they reanimated his corpse, woke up like a little horny?
Yeah.
Like,
Probably.
like with the shocking, if it might have been a thing, maybe like that.
I mean, that's definitely like a fetish thing. Maybe not the Frankenstein, but getting shocked and stuff, that's a fetish.
Oh yeah.
yeah, it is. And like, he could have been into that, and he could have woken up just like.
I don't
ready
think
to
he
go
was
to
a real.
Pound Town.
I don't think he was a real person, though.
I want to believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
The closest I ever got to that was when I worked in a physical therapy clinic when I was like 16, and after like it was a knee surgery clinic. So after knee surgery, your muscles atrophy. So to get them to wake back up, you like hook up a shock device to it. But like me and a couple of the techs would play like chicken with it, you know, and like allegedly, just kidding. but
Yeah, of
but yeah,
course,
we would we would just like see how much we could ramp it up, and it would literally like. If your knee was bent, it would kick it straight out. It would be like that strong. It's called Russian stimulation. Yeah.
Russian
that's
stimulation.
Yep. Yep.
And what did they use that for?
It was for like after you got knee surgery or something,
like,
where
just like getting
because
the
your
feeling
muscles
back?
atrophy.
Okay.
And you tell the patient because their brain kind of forgets how to connect to the muscles, so you
Mm-hmm.
tell them to be like, all right, think about flexing it, and then you ramp the machine up at the same time, and eventually it like learns to take back over.
Oh, humans are so
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I learned.
Oh.
I folded a lot of laundry in the physical therapy clinic, and I learned a lot there. Yeah.
Damn. They do that with if you're constipated, too.
I'm good.
They shock your anus, and then it forces your bowel movement to like happen. So if you're really constipated, like say you do heroin or whatever, and you haven't taken a shit in like 2 weeks, you can get like shocks in your, I guess it's buttocks. Is that what it's called? Like your that
Pelvic
area,
floor. Your pelvic floor. Yep.
And they use it, and it loosens up your sphincter, and diarrhea comes out.
See, now everything else you said didn't sound sexy. That sounds sexy.
That's not.
Yeah, I think that's a
But I mean, I
fetish.
learned about it on the porn site, so obviously it's sexy. Yeah. So, did they do that at your internship? Do you know, or they're just mostly like knee?
Oh no, yeah, there was so across the way, like so our clinic was like purely outpatient surgery, but across the way there was like a pelvic floor specific clinic because there's all sorts of pelvic floor issues you can have after
Yeah.
birth, or even like sometimes male incompetency is because of pelvic floor muscles and stuff. So
Oh, I
some,
know.
So some PTs literally specialize in that type of stuff and like doing pelvic floor, certification.
They like shock your penis and stuff.
No, yeah, it's all like kind of through the anus, but like muscle,
Exactly,
like,
yeah.
stuff. It's kind of it's a very niche, field of PT, and it's useful, but
It's kind of
yeah.
shitty sometimes.
But,
'Cause it's your butt, the duty and stuff. It's shit.
Hitting punchlines.
I couldn't stop thinking about the shocking penises thing. I'm gonna
Yeah.
add that to my resume.
You should.
It's technically true.
Yeah, it's a thing.
It's fine.
Do you not? I mean, Natalie, you have a very interesting life. Like you have a lot of wild stuff going on all the
Always.
time. But I want to know about Matt Hurley.
What?
Matt Hurley. My relationship with Matt Hurley. Or you
Yeah,
wanna
I mean,
talk to Matt Hurley.
Well, both. Matt, I know you and Matt have been friends for a while.
Yeah.
Yes.
You actually were sort of like an intern
Kind
for
of.
her
Yes.
originally.
You were the first person at Max's, but you came to like the first week of Max's and
Yeah.
stuff, and just had interest in comedy. And
I showed everybody my John Mulaney tattoo because
except me, you tried to. You're like, want to see my John Mulaney tattoo? I'm like, no,
yeah,
no.
because you were
like,
yeah.
I'm like,
you were like, I believe you, but no, it's
Yeah,
okay. You're
yeah.
a good man.
That's
Yeah.
the one that's on your butt cheek?
Yes, yes, I have shown it on stage too. I am a
Man, I miss all your good sets.
God. Don't I do too,
I miss
dog.
I miss the breast. I, miss
I
the
wish I
chin
was
and
there.
ass.
have you ever met John Mulaney, or you think about meeting him, or
So
does
I-
he probably comes to Baltimore sometimes?
So I actually almost got to meet him whenever he came to Columbia.
Oh.
Sean Savoy like hooked me up with Seton Smith, and Seton was trying to get me backstage.
Yeah, Seton's the man.
And John. Okay, I can't say too much, but he basically said that I would probably make him relapse and
Whoa.
ruin his life if
So
I
wait,
went
so he said that
backstage.
to your face, or like
He said
second
that
you?
to Seton.
Okay,
and
okay.
That makes sense,
Seton.
actually.
Relapse on drugs or relapse
Yeah.
on cheating on his wife?
Both, probably.
Probably
Probably both.
yeah.
Probably both.
I could see that. He needs to kind of stay, I guess,
He
stay
needs
away
to
from certain
stay
people.
the fuck away from me. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, like.
But how
Nick
many
Kroll,
people have tattoos of him? You think?
Oh,
lot?
there's maybe I would probably bank that maybe there's got to be at least like 150.
14.
Yeah, we got to
Reasonably
check the hashtag
150.
John Mulaney tattoo on Instagram and see how many
Well,
show up.
I don't have mine on an Instagram, like on anything. Like I don't have a well, I don't do hashtags. I
guess that's true.
I don't
yeah.
do them, so I mean, I wouldn't be there, but I do have it, and John Mulaney knows that I have it. So
Is that kind of like a turn on for you?
oh, 100%. I think about it before every single set. I'm like, John Mulaney would relapse for me.
That is fucking awesome.
It's a hype thing. I get up there with like the best energy whenever I do that little thing in my head. I'm like, yeah, that's
you,
my like party. Yeah.
So you got to meet Seton Smith?
Yeah, he's really cool. Where
I
you follow
know.
each other?
He's from this area.
Yeah,
Originally from DC, Virginia.
just a weird person Sean Savoy's connected me to.
Well, Sean's been around
he's-
forever.
Yeah, and he's the friendliest dude.
Yeah, and you'll get out at Sean's room in Columbia. You'll get great comics from the DC Improv that are just dropping in Friday and Saturday night. So it's just a great room to do if you're a young comic. You know,
Yeah.
get to meet a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, and everybody there is so friendly. Like all
Yep.
of the comics that go to Nottingham's are like super down to like connect with you and like follow you on Instagram and everything. And like it's not
Well, for you, obviously, because they want to fuck you and like get to know you better. Like, they don't follow me.
Yeah, we don't have this experience.
No, I don't have that.
I'm not
are
just
you telling
backstage.
me people are
Yeah,
just
yeah,
super
yeah.
nice
John
to
Mulaney
you
show,
guys
yeah.
all the time?
They're not. Actually, they avoid me.
Oh man, I am trying to use my like lady privilege to take Roberto Reed backstage for his first concert if he can get off work next Thursday.
Well, Roberto's kind of cute in his own way, too.
Yeah,
Hasn't he
yeah.
grown his hair
Man.
out a little bit?
Yeah.
Did he-
Wait, what?
So Roberto's the man. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah, no.
He's like a twink. So I think, like,
Definitely a twin.
Yeah.
he's been on the show.
It doesn't. Are you a twink if you're not gay?
I mean,
Yeah.
physically, like, he would fall into that category.
Yeah.
I guess
Right.
he's twinkish.
Yeah. He's such a twinkle.
He really is.
But
What show is it?
it's Young Rising Sun. So like they're a really dope band, and they're gonna be at the Fillmore in Silver Spring. And I'm friends with the guitarist and the drummer. So I'm like trying, and Roberto's never been to a concert before, which I could not
Weird.
believe. Right? He's 21. He seems
Yeah.
fucking cool.
He studies
Yeah.
music.
Yeah, but
really?
he's like, I've just
Yeah.
never gone to a concert, and I was like, please let me be the one to do this. So I was talking to
What a weird thing.
Steve, the drummer, about like
Like,
it being
backstage
his
passes.
first concert.
Like, guess they should
Yeah,
do that.
I'm like, well, they're the band, so I mean, like, I'll just be like, yo, I'm here, and
should-
that's usually just how that works. I just text whoever, and I'm like, hey,
You
I'm
think
here.
you'd happen upon a festival happening at some point, and you're, you know,
I don't
like you think he's
festivals.
got to have seen.
Yeah,
well, I'm
no,
saying
but-
like it's crazy. He's 21. He's never like really seen a live
no,
big thing. You
I
know?
mean, well, we really connect with each other because we're both super anxious. We deal with it in different ways, but
Yeah.
like we have that same level of like not being into like the big crowds and like
Yeah.
not wanting like the social scene. It's a little overwhelming. It's like I'm really, really outgoing, but I'm really introverted. Like my social cup fills so fucking quick. So it's like, so like, it made sense after he explained that.
He's also very non-threatening.
yeah.
He's super like,
But he's 21, man. It's awesome. I wish I was doing what he's doing at 21. You know, he just hosted Magoobies for the first time, I think, and I mean, he like 5 shows or something. I mean, I respect Roberto a lot. Yeah, and Fells Point Tavern, 10 p.m. on Tuesdays. That's always a hot room. He runs
That
that.
room is my favorite.
Yeah.
I mean, besides like
You can catch a real
I think
wave
it
in
is
that
my
room.
favorite.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's so much fun. Even when you bomb, it's fun there. Like the energy in the room is still kind of entertaining
Yeah.
if you don't do
It's a
well.
spectacle.
Yeah, like if the crowd isn't into it, you're still just kind of like, yeah, this still feels good. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just a fucking masochist.
no, I agree. I have fun when I'm there. I usually just fuck around a lot. Just whatever. I don't care. If I do good, I do good. If I do bad, who cares? Whatever. It's not like people are paying to come in and watch.
Right. My goal
Right.
is to just make Kayla laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shout
like-
out. Yeah.
Yeah,
Caleb,
Kayla the bartender.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, her name's on the wall at the port.
Yeah, that's what I said.
She's one of us now. Like
Yep.
she's.
Oh, I like
she's
her.
dope.
Yeah, she's really nice. She's from like Jersey, I think.
That-
Originally,
is she? That makes
Yeah.
sense.
She's really sweet.
No, she's dope. The first time we hung out, we went to Riptide and then the Rockwell that night. I didn't get home until like 5 a.m. and I was like, that bitch can hang. I love her. I can't find a lot of people who can. Usually by the time I'm like, all right, let's start with a blunt, and then they're just gone by that point. I was like, we were going to drink more. There was
Yeah.
going to be more. Cocaine might have happened. Like,
Yeah, like, could've
where,
been a lot
where
more
were you?
Yeah, that's crazy. That's some. I don't know. I can't live that lifestyle now. I'm too old. But You're young and wild and live fast, die young, right?
Oh God,
How old
I
are
hope
you?
so.
You and your who me?
Yeah. I'm looking right at you.
I'm 69. I can't. I'm not looking. I'm sorry. I'm
sorry,
69.
my bad.
I'm 69.
Nice.
Dang, what a perfect year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
69.
Ew.
Have you planned your funeral?
I think about it sometimes. I'm not sure what I want to do. I want to donate my body to science, actually.
You
Like
know,
my
most
brain
of
and
the
stuff.
body, like, aren't most
That's
of
a
the
great- me
bodies
too,
they
dude. I'm
use,
doing that.
aren't they like mostly like kind of useless?
No,
Yeah,
no, it's
I don't
people
know.
that it's like a very specific choice to donate your body to like medical, science or whatever. You got it's a different.
What do they do with the bodies that are useless? Like if like you get like somebody and their organs are just super fucked up.
They
Is it
sell
still,
them.
No, it's great.
still good though.
It's the best thing
better?
for them to, yeah, because then you learn
the-
about like typically when you do a dissection, you don't know their name or anything, but you know how they died, but they don't. The professors won't tell them right away. They kind of leave it to the students to like discover or whatever something. But
good practice.
So the more
Yeah.
fucked up I make my body, the more interesting it'll be after I die. Yo,
Yeah.
should I
There
do
you
this?
go. That's a silver lining,
Oh my
I
god!
suppose.
Oh, my liver is gonna be such a weird color.
They're going to know right away. Like, oh, she was a heavy drinker and drug user.
They're gonna see the Jim Morrison tattoo and be like, "Yikes!"
Yeah, tattoos are creepy. When you see that, you're like, all right, this is a little, personal.
Well, I think about my future mortician or coroner, depending on the situation.
Yeah.
All the time whenever I'm like looking at my tattoos or thinking about getting a new one, because they're like the last person who's gonna see my John Mulaney tattoo. They're dressing me for the funeral and like that's it, unless a crime happens.
That could be too.
Then that
Yeah.
tattoo. God, I hope my body gets found by like archaeologists or something, and like they have to go back into texts and
Yeah.
find out who John Mulaney is.
Like,
Yeah, they're
years
like,
in the future.
I guess he was a fucking popular clown in their time. And then they're gonna have to figure out who the fuck McLovin is, and that's not gonna exist. Super bad, like that. There's
Do you
not
have
gonna
a
be.
McLovin tattoo?
I have McLovin. I have it. The scene where he comes in with the West Side symbols and he's like, "Gangsters, what's up, guys?"
I just thought you had the name. I didn't
No,
realize you had like a
it's-
full picture.
I asked one of my friends. She had just started tattooing, and I was like, "Can you give me badly drawn McLovin?" With
This is
gangsters, what's up, guys? And she was like, bet, yeah. And that happened, and now I have it. Christopher Mintz-Plasse saw it, or maybe whoever runs his account on Instagram did, because
Yeah.
it was a very vague reply. But he was like, "Thank you, oh my god, I'm so blessed." And I was like,
Okay, yeah.
"Cool, buddy." I didn't expect him to see it, but I mean, obviously, I sent it to him. But
I
like,
probably jerked off to it.
oh wow,
And probably
McLovin jerking off to me is like,
to a tattoo of himself on your body. Wow. Is that like a dream?
or a nightmare, maybe.
No, I don't know. I thought you were like excited for a second. Like, that would be awesome.
I mean, listen,
Maybe.
it's
I don't know.
it would be flattering.
Yeah, sure.
I would be flattered. Christopher Mintz-Plasse, I'm not rejecting you if you hear this.
I'm in. I'm
Yeah.
down.
I'm not down. You're friends with Jack Barricat, and so
Yeah.
all right, it could happen.
I don't know if he's doing much work nowadays.
He's like in a little rock band.
Is he?
Yeah, McLovin's in a rock band now.
Do you know what they're called?
That's the
Should be
natural
called McLovin.
trajectory, right? Of
No,
a
I-
child actor.
Yeah.
It's like, then I'm going to start a rock band.
What
Then
the
it's going to be a cover band.
What's Michael Cera doing now?
I don't know.
Has
Not
he
much.
been doing anything?
Playing the same character in every movie.
I don't know.
Basically,
He was
yeah.
crazy in
like him,
Crystal
though.
Fairy and the Magic Cactus. Did you guys see that movie?
No, not yet.
So he
No.
goes out into the desert to get that kind of like cactus that you like
Ayahuasca?
drink. Yeah. And like he meets this just like crackhead hippie lady, and like it's almost like a manic pixie dream girl thing, but he's mean to her the entire time, and it's so fucking funny. It's
wow.
so good, dude.
I need to find that. I guess.
No, I don't. I watched it on Netflix like in like 2014, so I have no idea where that
wow.
movie is now. Netflix in 2014 was a different universe.
Different beast, yeah.
That
A lot
was
of weird stuff. Yeah, a lot of like independent. And,
like that movie with Justin Long, Tusk. Tusk was on
Yeah.
Netflix. That's where everybody had to watch Tusk whenever their friends would tell them about it. Like, hey, did you see that fucking movie? And it's like, God, now I have to see it.
that's true. Yeah, there was a lot of great stuff back. Now it's more like, well, now it's a lot of Korean stuff on it and like foreign stuff.
Yeah.
I've noticed.
Yeah.
But how good was Squid Games?
Great.
So good.
I
I really liked it.
I didn't
Oh, I
watch it
love
either.
that.
I haven't watched.
You didn't watch it?
Yeah, I have a rule that if one person tells me to watch something, I forget it. And then if two people tell me to watch it, I'm like, all right, I'll watch it. But if 3 people tell me to watch it, fuck off, I'm not watching.
Okay,
Too much
all right.
pressure. It's
Okay,
too
fair
much.
enough.
And like 3,000
enough.
people told me to watch Squid
Yeah,
Games.
it was-
Exactly.
I'm not reading fucking Korean, dude.
And I feel
No,
like
they
It's
dub
America.
it. They dub it. No. Oh man.
the only like new show I've seen is like Stranger Things. Like I keep up
That was
with
pretty
that
good.
one, but like other than that, I basically just watch Seinfeld and It's Always Sunny and like stand up. That's
Can't
that's
go
just
wrong.
Right? Like it's comforting.
It's Always Sunny's on Hulu though, right? It's
Uh-huh.
not. It's not. Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's my go-to show.
Classic
Like
show.
every night whenever I'm getting home. If you guys ever wonder what I do after a show, I take off my like all of my makeup and I just watch It's Always Sunny and smoke weed for like.
Ooh, what
3
about Adult
hours.
Swim? You guys ever fuck with Adult Swim like way back
Yeah.
in the day?
Definitely.
Hell yeah.
I love Adult Swim.
didn't know
Like
that.
I wrote most of my graduate degree from like midnight till 5 a.m. while watching the most messed up shit on Adult Swim.
But like Super Jail. And
Super Jail. Yeah, I was
That
going to bring that up. I thought it was
fucking
going to be too
disturbing.
obscure.
No,
yeah.
that's a disturbing show. Funny,
oh,
but disturbing.
so good.
And what? Your Pretty Face is Going to Hell. Mm-hmm. It's another great one.
Aqua Teen.
Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a
good
great
shit.
one.
That really is very funny.
Shouts out Meatball.
Yeah, it's some good shit. They have some new episodes or new like clips on YouTube they released recently that are pretty funny in my mind. I like
Yeah.
it.
Adult Swim, dude.
Nah, you like it, right? It's good.
Good.
I think they got a little too. They're a little more quirky than I am. I like one show per year that they come out with.
Do you know- have you ever
can
seen
agree
Super
with
Jail?
that.
I have not actually.
Okay.
I haven't watched Adult Swim
Super
in so
Jail
long.
is not quirky, and it's not good. It's not on it
Disturbing
now.
as fuck.
Yeah, they put it on at like 3 a.m. if it is ever on.
When
And,
it first came out,
it's really trippy.
when Adult Swim first came out, I was a kid, and that was where Family Guy really took off because
Yeah, I
Family
think
Guy
so.
was on Fox, and then it got canceled, and then they put it on Adult Swim, and then people liked it so much on Adult Swim they actually brought it back
Yeah.
on Fox.
Seth MacFarlane. I don't.
was huge.
That guy, like, how does he have that magic? I don't know what he
super
did,
talented.
but he just like showed up and like was just like, "Fuck you guys, I'm gonna do whatever I want." It was like,
Yeah, it gets away with a lot.
but he's changed. I mean, like, I can see it from like my perspective. Like, all of the comedians that I know who are like in their 40s and older, you know, they didn't grow up watching Family Guy. But
Right.
any comedian you know who is 30 or under, you know, like Family Guy was a part of their middle school repertoire. You know, it's like
Yeah, definitely.
Family Guy like created so much of like our senses of humor now.
And like catchphrases.
Yeah,
and-
no, and it's like you can say "pal right in the kisser" to some like fucking 25-year-old comedian, and they're just like gonna giggle at you, and they just know it's like
Yeah.
it's a communication form.
So with The Simpsons
Speaking-
too.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
Simpsons.
probably our Simpsons.
Yeah.
Like our generation's
Yeah.
Simpsons.
Definitely.
I
I
didn't
agree.
realize-
That's why the crossover was really good.
Yeah, I didn't realize how similar those shows are until I watched The Simpsons because I had never really watched The Simpsons like that, and I watched some episodes recently, and I was like, wow,
Yeah. so-
Simpsons really did kind of like kick this whole thing off.
Yeah, it's
Like,
crazy. The Simpsons started
yeah.
in like 87,
yeah.
something like that.
Wow,
which
really?
is-
What a
yeah.
year.
Oh my gosh. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
That's the year Def Leppard came out with Photographs.
Right,
so
that's what I'm saying, like-
Great year.
Great song.
Great year. Yeah, that's
Maybe
gonna be
good
stuck
point
in
of
your head.
Yeah.
It's a good song.
Sorry. It's like the other day, Kyle Hofstetter, like he hangs out at Zizmos, asked me how I was doing, and I was like, I like answered in a fucking Jay and Silent Bob reference. I was like, smoking weed, doing coke, drinking
Yeah.
beers, and he was like, God damn it, that's gonna be stuck in my head for the rest of the night. And
That
like,
was the whole plan.
I was like, a couple. Sorry, a
Got
couple.
some weird messages on your
yeah.
phone.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
I'll
I don't have to get
I'll
into
read that in
Oh,
a second.
I don't know if
but-
you want to.
If
Let's go through Natalie's phone. The rest of the.
oh man. Okay. Well, all right. This is a DM I literally just got. Okay. Baby, you have time today? Question mark. Getting horny.
No, this is
Bam.
This is so sad.
You know what the fuck?
Fuck
that?
it.
I like that you. No. Did you say wait? Did you say Roberto?
No, I didn't.
No.
No.
I heard Roberto. No, it was not Roberto.
Was it a comic
Oh,
from this
man.
area, or was it just like a random person Oh, it's a comic. Okay.
What?
I can see the
wow.
look on your face.
Man.
It's
wow.
like one of the old man comics.
Oh, Bill Monahan.
No.
No, yes.
No. If
Poor
I could
Bill,
be
dude.
so lucky.
Come on. Bill's a man. Bill's a man of valor.
No. Yeah, so that's
Sliding
my
up in
life in
DMs.
comedy.
That's
Actually-
disgusting. What a fucking pig.
Yeah,
It's
well,
disturbing to me.
a DC comic literally one time he DM'd me like right after a show and asked me like how much it would cost to see me outside of the club. And I was like, dude, you're not even going to try to like ask me out. You're not even going to like try to shoot your shot. And he was like, no, I figured you'd say no, but I figured I might ask if you'd be down if I paid you. I was like,
What the
Whoa.
fuck?
Yeah, that's
yeah, that's
gonna
the fuck-
2022 for you folks.
Oh
That's,
man, yeah, God, my auto.
Dating
It's
at a
gonna
whole
make
new
going
speed.
to
Like-
open mics and shows more awkward. Having like
No.
knowing like all these guys that are trying to like pay for your services and pay to date you.
Nope.
Doesn't
And-
at all? That's
No,
fucking awesome.
no, I'm not phased by it. I don't care. I'm not there for them. I'm there for comedy. I'm there
Hell
to make
yeah.
the crowd. I'm there to make the crowd laugh. I'm there like because this is what I want to do with my life. They can want to fuck me all they want, and I might fuck them.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's your call.
Yeah, but like that's not why I'm there. So it's just like I really, really don't care. Like I will show up at a show in jeans with my ass ripped. I don't care. I'm like fuck it.
Same.
Yeah,
Fuck it.
I love wearing booty shorts on stage. I get the
Yes.
best laughs.
Yes, we should treat them.
Do you ever do that? Like you drop something and like, let me get that.
And then I
And
shake it
everyone's
all
like-
the way down.
Yeah, everyone's like, ha 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 ha.
Oh man, that
Yeah.
brings back like
Classic bit.
blackout
Yeah, really.
Max's flashbacks from like several months ago, like mini skirt Natalie. Oh god.
Oh, I remember. And then you sat on the table and you fell off.
Oh,
That was weird.
I want to kill myself. It's fine. It's fine. You know
yeah,
what?
whatever.
It's cool.
It is cool.
No, that night I also like fucking dropped something like showed my ass like in front of like Mert, and I was like, no.
Mert probably loved it.
Oh, I
Yeah,
hope so.
Poor pathetic Mert.
But why is he pathetic?
He's just lonely, like sad.
Aw. Well,
Nah,
yeah,
he's
his dog's
engaged.
super sick.
Oh, is
He's
he
got
engaged?
a family. He's engaged.
Yeah,
All right,
he's
never-
a-
maybe I'm
he's
just
a
reading.
married
Maybe
man.
I'm reading
For a
him all
while.
wrong.
Yeah, no, he is.
Shouts out Mert.
Well, it doesn't help that his name is Mert. I mean, that's
Yeah.
kind of like
Family man.
you start default pathetic as a name Mert, and you got to work
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
I
Apparently,
don't know
that's
this guy.
like the Tom in Turkey or whatever. Just
It's a
a
very
bill. It's a
common-
very
Yeah.
common
Well, now I
name.
don't take
He
it
told me
back,
the same
'cause
thing,
I'm
and
Greek.
he told me the
Turkish.
cool
You've
way to
insulted
like
all of Turkey.
pronounce it. He's like, it's called Mert, and I was like, I'm not gonna say
All right,
that.
Mert.
Your name's
Oh,
Mert, babe.
is that how you say it?
It's like Mert, yeah. And like,
I'm gonna hit him with that today.
it's cuter, right? What is happening tonight? What is like? I don't even
Yeah.
know what's going on.
What do you mean?
Is Max's back?
Max
okay.
is back.
So here's the
Max's
thing.
is
Back in the
back.
saddle.
The port is going on. I have no idea.
All right, I'm confused.
2 for 1.
So you're doing a show at Max's on
Yep.
Broadway.
Yeah, it's just it's the open mic. The you
Okay,
know.
but then you're also. I thought you had someone in town
Yeah, we got 2 shows tonight
at the port.
at the port. Yep, and hopefully, so like when Umar was headlining a couple weekends ago,
Yeah.
he did his set and then he went and dropped in at Max's and did like 7 minutes. So I think Carter might do that tonight, which
That
is
would
sick
be
because he's
really
like
sick.
fucking on MTV right now. So it'd be cool.
yeah,
to
he's
have
like
him at
wild
Max's.
and out and stuff, right?
He's on Wild and Out. Yeah, he's got all sorts of. And you could just YouTube Carter Deems, and he's got like crazy battle rap videos from like 15 years ago in Atlanta, and and then a lot of Wild and Out like supercuts and stuff.
I love that that's
Wow.
the name of the show, and it's not just like the describing what he's doing. Like it
Wilding
just sounds
out,
like
yeah.
he is doing nothing except for just wilding out at all times. And
No,
it's like that's
he was
his
doing stuff
reputation.
yesterday when he was like, "All right, I need 8 words from the audience." And someone was like, "My cat Jenny, a deer, a whatever, like a random guitar, whatever, this and that." And then he had me play a beat, and he just freestyled over it. And the hardest punch I've ever seen kill at the port was him ending it being like, "And this chick's cat named Jenny," and everyone's just like, "Oh," because it all like perfectly,
Oh my
fit and shit.
God.
But he did basically 2 different 45-minute sets, which was
Wow.
which was nuts.
That is wild.
That's
Yeah.
that's yeah.
That's
I can't.
such a talent.
can't rhyme like
that's
that.
That's like a modern poet. That's fucking sick.
Yeah, I
Being
mean, it's a
able to-
different style of comedy.
We're gonna have
Yeah.
to keep him in Baltimore.
No, yeah, he's
so
on
he
the
can
road,
be our new Edgar
unfortunately.
Allan Poe.
Yes, yeah, I wish.
Well, he'll come through again, I'm sure.
We can just encourage every comedian to just retire here. So like one day there's just like a bunch of like 80-year-old chain smoking comedians,
jaded
just like
comics,
like just
turn into
wandering.
Boston.
It'll be
We can have them all die out front
instead
of
of
the horse.
like metro dwelling feral ghouls, it's just like Fells Point dwelling feral comics.
That'd be great. It's like what it is in Texas right now. That's what a lot of comics are going.
I think this is just homeless people.
Oh yeah, and homeless.
No,
yeah,
it's
both.
just Beto O'Rourke.
Yeah.
Be nice to him. That's the dumb.
That was a good Texas reference, actually.
My,
Gag, baby.
I'm
Damn, homegirl got it. So tonight's the open mic. Oh, good. Maybe I'll come out. I haven't done an open mic like since a
come
month.
out, Virginia.
'Cause
don't make me wait.
October is no open mics for me. It's just like every year, no open mic October. But then November, you get back out and you do open mics. So I'm excited.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll come
No
out.
open mic November.
No.
Definitely open mic December.
Okay, yeah. And an open mic. You need to take another month off in January.
Just do it January. Just
Just
stay at home.
stay home January. Yeah. And we can
And then-
just keep going.
Wait,
February.
Yeah, forget about that last one, February.
Yeah.
No,
Do you actually
February's
do
the
that?
best
Do you take
month.
time off? Do you do months where you say like I'm not going to do mics or
It
whatever?
depends on my mental like state.
Yeah.
Honestly, like if I'm feeling like super anxious and like mentally ill, then I don't go out. I'm like I can't handle
Unless
this.
it's mentally ill May.
Yeah, then I definitely go out. Then I
Definitely
go out
every night.
Yeah, even
I'm
when
at
there's
the
not
DC
open
Improv.
mics or shows, I just go out and just
Yeah.
fucking talk to people in the street.
Dwell.
And
Yeah.
just do sets in the street
Yeah.
in my
feel-
underwear.
I had to take like not this last weekend, but the weekend right before that kind of off because it was just like it was too much and like I was like
Yeah.
I don't want to get really fucked up just to go out, so I'd rather stay in. Like, it was one
Sometimes
of those
that's good,
things
I
where
think.
was just like I don't want to take a bunch of Adderall just to force myself to be social tonight.
Yeah,
So,
Yeah, it's
and then I did that 3 nights in a row,
Oh,
and I was like, I'm just hiding.
yeah. I hide definitely too.
you like Adderall. You like Adderall sometimes.
I fuck with Adderall. So
right, all
I
right.
love it. It is.
I only ever did it like once in college. I tried it one time. And
Yeah.
I like stayed up all night. I thought I had it figured out, like the Fibonacci sequence. And then I bombed the exam the next day because I like couldn't stay up.
I
But
I love Adderall. I do it like usually before shows, and that's whenever I'm able to actually focus on stage.
but then you're mixing it with alcohol too.
Yeah, which is fine.
Is it okay? I don't know if it's
I
okay or
mean,
not.
it's not. For anybody listening who wants to experiment with drugs, don't do this maybe. But I feel like at this point, like, I mean, my jokes about me being a little chemistry set, they're pretty true. Like, so I drink with everything. I smoke with everything. I mix things that I probably shouldn't. But I mean, it's just like with the Adderall, like I take it and then I smoke weed on top of that. And then I usually drink and it gets me to a nice even level where I can like be on stage and communicate with the crowd and like be there. Like, whenever I first started, I just drank so much and I couldn't fucking focus on anything. And like,
But now with the Adderall,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
drinking,
yeah.
it kind
now
of like
you're
works.
focused.
no, now I'm just like focused and weird. But
That's cool.
But I feel like when you start comedy, sometimes it is just like the aura and whatever. You know, even if you didn't have the material figured out, like you were getting laughs just from like, you know,
being
up there, yeah.
being weird. But that was it was reassuring for sure. But that was kind of just always my role in like any social group. I was just always like the weirdest person in the group at all times.
That's cool though. I
And-
think I like that kind of person. I think it's fun. I think that's why I like being around you. I just think you're fun and weird and like interesting,
I appreciate
and
that.
you're like smart and like funny. You're just a good
you.
person to be around. You're a good time.
Oh man, you guys missed
At least in
it.
public. Like maybe at home you're not like that. Maybe at home you're very depressed and stuff. But out in the open you're a lot of fun.
Oh, it depends. It depends on the night. But y'all missed it. I did a Hunter S. Thompson joke, and it fucking hit so hard at Zizmos, and I was like, oh, thank God, a college-educated crowd, and they were all
Yeah.
like, yeah, and I was like, that felt so good because, like, man, when people don't understand like literary references like in jokes and stuff, like, because when I first started, I had this whole thing about like Robert Frost and like everything, and like people just kind of
They don't.
didn't pay attention to it. And
It's
I
too
was like,
smart.
this is fun for
You
me.
can talk more about queefing and stuff. People always laugh at that kind of humor.
Never. I have
It's
one.
true. People like funny humor.
I do one sex joke, and it's barely a sex joke per set.
What needs to be more, I think, of a
Nope.
sex joke, and people will love it.
Nope.
Yeah.
It's like
I
you
don't
throw
want to
in, like,
sexualize myself on stage.
no, but
My
I mean, you
looks
could
do
talk
it
about your
alone.
body, like how queefing happens and stuff. Like that's hilarious. You could do a whole hour on queefing and then do like queef sound effects. That would kill, especially at like Magoobies. Oh man, that would kill.
Magoobies,
Now-
notably uneducated crowd.
Yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all talk about queefing.
I
That's
think-
just the Baltimore Comedy Club. I'm
Universal.
talking about right there.
I think Matt Brown would literally like be worried about me if I went on stage and talked about queefing.
You're right.
I
Have you
think
thought about doing the monthly?
we were actually, I was talking to him about it outside
it.
of the port. Yeah, he was talking
Take
about
my
it. And
money.
I was like,
I'll come support you.
Yeah, I'd go.
Yeah.
I would go.
I would love to. I would love to. I'm
You
very
only need
excited.
4
I want to
people
do
too.
it.
It's not that bad.
I definitely want to do it. I want to do. I want to start it in January. Like I want to get a clean
Good.
give
Yes.
myself that because like I mean like I need to start doing Wits End. I know I need to.
I mean,
You don't
Like-
need to.
You don't need
yeah, it's
to.
not. It's not.
Honestly,
It's
you
not
really
so
don't.
great.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you for that because
love Wits,
everybody.
just kidding.
Everybody has told me they're like, you need to do Wits. You need like Matt Brown, Garrett. I mean, even Mert, like
Well,
fucking
I mean-
Kevin, like all of these people. They're like, you need to do Wits. It's gonna be the worst night of your life. You're absolutely gonna fucking hate it. You're gonna want to slit your wrists in the car on the way home. But it'll make you a better comic. And I'm like, I can go to DC and feel the same way, but I don't have to do it in
Yeah.
front of my fucking like group of people I hang out with all the time.
well,
like,
at
I
least
don't want to
Wits
do
is
that.
closer. You don't have to drive.
I like the drive though. I
But
like
in DC, you're more likely to have a crowd. at
Yeah,
a thing.
and you
versus
make better
Wits is
con-
literally just the comics.
Yeah.
And like maybe 1 or 2 people that didn't realize that there was going to be a comedy show there and
Yeah.
are quickly trying to finish their food and leave.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes on the Thursday night, there's a
Yeah,
crowd
after a
because,
show.
because they have
Yep,
our
yep,
show
yep.
in their main room, and the people will come over and hang out. So yeah, but on Tuesday nights it's a little slow.
Yeah,
Right.
but I mean,
But if
it's
something works in there, you know it's like pretty good.
Yeah.
So that's why people say like do Wits, you know, because it's like a really stringent room.
I guess. And I mean,
Yes.
it's nice.
I'll-
It's nice to
I'll-
get in with people who are at the club, I guess, who
I'll-
are regulars.
yeah, like it's like I'll get it over with. It's just one of those things where I'm like, oh,
Well, let me know when you go. I'll go up too. That'd be fun.
sick.
Yeah.
Get a like support posse,
Hell yeah.
emotional support comedians.
So real quick, I want to try to change gears here with the Port, the comedy club. You opened it about a month ago.
Like 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks
Like
ago.
Nine shows in.
How when did you decide you were going to do that?
It was just like after seeing Max's for so long, like Max's has gotten to the point that you get like 80 people up there and then like 5 more people come up and they got to turn around because there's just no room. So just like there felt like there was a real appetite for it down there. And then, you know, one day it was after Max's, it was half in the bag getting some tacos down the street and it was just like a big for lease sign. And I was like, this makes sense. I feel like you should do
This
it.
is it.
So with the venue you're at now, I know it's bring your own beer or bring
Yep.
your own alcohol.
And
'cause you-
food.
And food, okay.
Yes.
Because you don't have like the license, I guess. It's expensive
Yeah.
as shit to
It's
get.
crazy.
and to
Well,
get
there's only a
approved.
finite amount. There's like the Fells Point Business District, and you got to buy an existing one. So Bertha's Muscles is closing, but it's like
You're not gonna spend like $10,000.
yeah, it's like
for it.
something
It's
like
ridiculous.
that. Yeah, it's crazy.
It's a lot.
Yeah, like I don't have that. Like I'm doing this thing on a shoestring, you know. So, but
But
Is
are
that
you
like
are
something
you,
you can seduce your way into? Like,
yeah, not me, but maybe you could. We'll put a
I'll do
GoPro
it.
on you. We'll
Yeah.
blackmail them.
yes, I'll do it.
Yes.
I'll take that L for you guys.
do you and you can't sell any food or drinks there?
Well, so I got a relationship with Abbey Burger, which is like the restaurant right next door. That I got QR codes on my table, and you can like they'll deliver to the table.
Well, that's good for
That
them.
is
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, and that's the nice thing. It's like I'm not a bar, I'm not a restaurant, so all the places around me like, oh, let's partner and do something.
But then do you get
know?
no, I shouldn't ask this, but
No, yeah, we get so it's like
you get some money.
15% of
Okay.
of food and alcohol because they have this canning thing.
Mm-hmm.
They have 40 of their taps now. They put in like 32-ounce crawlers to go. So and they're doing that like for the club. So
That's
it's good.
awesome.
Yeah.
Because I was wondering, like, I mean, obviously, like when you're doing comedy shows, like a big part of making your money is on food and beverages and things like that. Then I was like, well, if you can't sell
Yep.
alcohol, but I guess that does work out pretty good.
But if people know that, like if like I approach them with that, I'm like, it is just a performance venue. So when I do work something out, it's like either a guarantee or like a door deal or something, you know, where we split the ticket sales or even sometimes, you know, people want to just rent the space and then they just get 100% of the door. So
I just wish we could smoke in there. If there was a way
That's
we
a
could
Maryland-
smoke
Could.
in
That's a
there, that would
Maryland
be
thing, isn't it,
so
though?
sick.
Yeah, because
have
you
to-
can smoke in PA. You can smoke in a bar.
That would, because like it would completely fix the problem of the comedians coming in and out.
Yeah, right.
We could all just have a seated like smoking area in the back by the windows.
It's probably like a performer can probably smoke on stage, and you could probably do vapes. Like I've been thinking about doing a weed show or something where like the format is like take someone that does smoke weed but doesn't do it too much, have them go to a set, have them step out in the fire escape, smoke a joint, sponsored by whatever fucking distributor, you know, and then
I have a list
and then they
of
come back and do a
comedians
second
who can't
set.
handle their weed.
Right, yeah. So it'd be someone that's like funny but like does do weed but not too often. But
yeah.
So and then like I'd encourage the audience to be like, oh, bring edibles, vapes, whatever. You know,
you could get
like pitch it as like a weed show, maybe sell it through a dispensary, maybe give a dispensary a bunch of tickets.
Yeah,
you know,
especially with like the law about to be changed too.
Yeah.
Because they're voting on it.
You gotta have your hosts
it.
as like your professional stoners though. I'm pitching myself for sure.
Yeah.
all I do is smoke anyways. That's ideal. But like you definitely need somebody up there that's like really, really put together the whole time while they're smoking, just so it's like in comparison to this person who does not smoke very often.
Right.
We got just one dude just up here just fucking chiefing it, and it's like this guy can't handle like one joint. It's I don't know. It's mean funny. It's middle school funny. I don't know.
But people like those
brand.
experiences, I think.
It's funny.
I think that's kind of interesting, yeah.
Yeah, totally.
I say go for it. I don't want to stop you. Go for it.
Well, so
dude.
there's Mike Cannon's coming in February. He just released a special that was like a weed special. So maybe that would be like the shows to do that for. But, you know, maybe like showcase style. I don't really know. So I'm thinking like a week in advance.
It
of
would
like
definitely
getting shows together.
It would definitely be something that you would end up doing regularly. Like people would be really excited about
like a Sunday 420.
Yeah, like
start.
a show you
know.
can just
Yeah.
Are you worried about the police? Like,
no, I think it would have to
smoke
be
in
like
front of the cops.
I think it would have to be like edibles, vapes from patients or whatever. You know, I don't think, and I think there is some loophole if you're on stage that you can smoke a cigarette on stage.
You can kill somebody in Fells Point and probably still be
I guess
good.
that's true. Yeah, that's what. But I feel like that's such an easy arrest for them. Like they would just take it.
Yeah.
Like, look at these kids all on drugs. All right, book them.
Yep.
And then the murders are hard. You got to solve it and got to find the person. It's too much work.
Yeah.
Get the easy arrest.
Right.
The layup. You got to take the easy points.
They've been
easy
cool.
points.
So the police have been cool, but
Basketball
actually the fire department kind of gave me like a little like where like I got my fire stuff approved, but then like it was by someone who just kind of stepped in and did it that day. But then the guy that runs the district was like, I haven't been here, and I couldn't like immediately think of what my like permit number was. So they were like, you know, they thought they had me like, you know, dead to rights, that like I didn't actually get a permit or whatever, but it was actually on their end. They just like didn't put it in the system or whatever. But yeah, so the police have been cool. The fire department have given me a little trouble, but we've smoothed it over. They gave me heat. Yes.
Hey.
Hell yeah.
Dude, nice.
So
Thank you.
Well, I mean, I guess they're just looking out. They don't want the whole area to burn down.
yeah, exactly.
I
Right.
get it.
They're just doing their job and stuff, but
Like New Orleans burned down twice, and now there's like 5 fire stations in the French Quarter. But both of the craziest thing about those fires, they both started on the exact same day, Good Friday, 100 years apart. The buildings they started in were completely like burned down and everything, rebuilt. One fire started in this building, like say Abbey Burger, and then the next fire started in the port. So the buildings like in these like connected buildings, like kind of like Fells Point.
Yeah.
Like right next to each other, 100 years apart.
Yeah, that's got to be a bummer when your town burns down twice and then you get flooded in a hurricane.
Oh,
Like,
Right.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's
on
built
all
on
sides of the
cursed
spectrum
land. It's on. They built it on native grounds, and like the native people there would fucking eat the French settlers, and good for them.
Yeah, they should have.
But it kind of makes me like,
terrifying.
would y'all eat somebody? Because
Never.
like
Fuck
I've
yeah.
been thinking about
I
it.
ate that pussy all night.
Hey,
You know what I'm saying?
I've been thinking about it though. Like I was watching Wrong Turn 3, like that movie with all like the fucking cannibals, and they were like roasting a leg over a fire, and I was like, I'm getting a little
Might
hungry.
be good.
I was like, I haven't thought about cannibalism much, but
It does look delicious.
It awoken to something.
Yeah.
Awoken.
They say we probably taste like pork.
That's what I've heard, like a ham or a pork.
Oh,
Right?
that's
like salty.
disappointing. I'm not really into ham.
I don't know. It could be good with the right seasoning.
Yeah.
Put some ketchup.
Put some Old Bay on it.
Old Bay, some ketchup.
I was gonna say like
You're good
Tony's
to go.
Cajun seasoning,
There you
just
go.
like get in there. It's
A little Greek seasoning.
Yeah, you got to do Greek seasoning.
Got that
Oh,
marjoram.
yeah.
That what's it
I
called?
put-
Sauce, tzatziki sauce,
Tzatziki.
tzatziki sauce,
Sa-si.
like in some pita bread and some human meat.
Yeah, dude.
Could
Like
be
the
good.
flaming
I would eat a
cheese, but-
human. Like that would be probably the
pita.
best way to eat human flesh. It would probably be the most like palatable way to
As a
do it.
gyro?
Yeah. Is it a gyro?
I
Okay,
think I
you're
would,
Greek, you know.
I would have to eat a human as a
I
gyro.
would, yeah, because I mean, like with the cucumber and like the
yeah.
tzatziki, I think it would be
Feta
lovely.
cheese.
Yeah,
Yes.
feta's good on anything. It would definitely
Yeah.
be good on a human.
Absolutely.
A little tomato,
Yummy.
a little onion.
Yeah.
All right, this is the new idea for the port.
Euro night. already tried a taco night and it was not. It didn't
didn't
go
go-
great.
That's,
If-
I bought a bunch of tacos. The whole place smelled like tacos for 3 days,
Ay, Dios
which
mío.
is
I'd
not
probably
great.
sooner eat a bite of human, like cooked human, before I'd eat like a bug, honestly.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you.
Fair enough.
I was
I
raised...
think you got to do it for the experience.
yeah.
alone. I mean, you can eat a
fucking
bunch of bugs.
dude. Yeah.
Like if it was an apocalyptic time and you had to eat humans, like yeah.
Yeah.
Like if I saw a roach, I wouldn't want to eat a roach.
Yeah, absolutely not.
You're saying
Cockroach
rat
milk
roaches
is
from, like-
3 times as energy dense as human milk. Did you guys know that?
No.
Yeah.
Cockroaches have milk?
Yep.
I guess
Well, they
they
make
have
like an
to.
almond. You know, make almond milk. Like you just like
Ugh.
melt them down or whatever.
Okay, all right,
no
all right,
thanks,
all right.
yeah.
So the cockroaches, are they like dried first then?
Something like that.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
I
they're
tried a
dried.
one-liner one time. I was like, oh, if they got cockroach milk, I wonder when it gets cold out, do their nipples get hard? That's why, like, but no, it's because like they make like, you know, they take a bunch of almonds and they, you know, how you
They
make
use it
almond
with like
milk
cheese.
is the same
oh,
thing.
that's
yeah.
that's but who the fuck?
Hmm.
Why? Why?
Yeah.
Coming to a Whole Foods near you, cockroach.
Yeah,
milk.
no, we can't let
That's too
the
much.
white ladies
Yeah.
shopping at Lululemon hear about this. They're gonna start
No.
trapping all the cockroaches and drinking them, thinking it's gonna
disgusting.
save their
Yeah.
lives.
It's pretty gross. It's a real thing though.
I guess I would try it, but ugh, I don't know. It's kind of creepy.
Nah,
Like,
I would
freaks me out.
definitely
Cockroach
I would eat
milkshake?
the human way more.
Maybe I'll turn the
Maybe.
port into
Yeah.
a cockroach
I'd sooner drink
milkshake
human milk than
place.
cockroach milk for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
100%.
Human milk just tastes like water.
Does it really?
Yes.
Huh.
I definitely
can't
tried.
remember.
I drank my own breast milk whenever I was after I had the boys.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely did 100%.
It just tasted watery.
Yeah, it tastes like water. It tastes like I
Like
mean
warm
it's
water.
Yeah, it's like it's body temp water.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's good.
So I mean like
Disappointing, but good.
yeah it's at least it's not gross. I mean
Yeah.
it's
At least it's not all like chunky and like
No.
like
Oh,
feta
God.
cheese kind of
Oh.
like all
if that's
Ugh.
happening,
have a
consult your
problem.
doctor.
yeah. If
That
it's all
is
lumpy.
my medical advice.
Curdled. Gross.
Yeah, if
Yeah, a
you're-
lot of times when I watch like adult video, like porn, we'll just call it porn. That's what it is. Like, and they're squirting. It is kind of just like a liquid that comes out. It's not chunky or anything. It's just nice. Mm-hmm. So I don't
You're
know.
talking about when
When I
you
stumble
squirt,
across these
like,
videos online.
Lactation video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what it's called. Lactation.
Oh yes, that's what it's
Yeah.
called.
yeah, I've noticed that.
Now,
I
are you
don't-
stumbling across these, or is you search and put in the top search?
No, it just pops up like,
All right, yeah.
randomly.
I
I
gotcha.
don't know. I feel
Maybe
like
not.
there's maybe an algorithm for you.
There might be. It depends. It depends what you're looking. I don't even know why we're talking about that right now. Other than, oh, you know what? This is a good segue to. I saw the Dead Milkmen in concert. I don't know if you're fans of them or
I
not.
do not know who they are.
They're like an old punk band, rock band. They had a song called Punk Rock Girl that was really popular many years ago.
Rock girl.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Living in a
Did you just see them?
Something like that. Yeah, they just
love that
performed.
You should have got us Billy Joel for Halloween.
That's like, yeah, that's pretty much it, right? No, and they had the song Bitchin' Camaro. Have you heard that?
I have never heard that. No.
That's an oldie but a goodie.
I wish I was one of those people that I'm like people are like, have you heard this band? And I'm like, yeah. I'm just like, I've been listening to the same 10 bands since I was 12.
They're great. They've been around. Their first album came out like in '83, so
Yeah.
they've been around a while. They're really great guys. I
Most-
look a lot like the singer, so that's why I kind of like them too.
Yeah.
feel
Most
that.
songs about Camaros were written in the 80s.
Definitely.
Statistical fact, yeah.
But they had an opening band from this area that I think I'm in love with for real. They're called Cowabunga Pizza Time.
Oh, yeah, I heard of
What a
that.
great band name.
They are awesome, like musically, and then their whole show is so funny and great. It's like they're Ninja Turtles, but they're not. They're like human versions of the Ninja Turtles, and they don't like. They're like anti Ninja Turtles. It's all about like, no, we're humans, and we eat pizza and we fight karate. And anyway, they're really good. So check them out. I'm not selling them very well. But
that was a roller coaster.
Are they on
to
Spotify?
Follow, yeah.
Yeah.
Are they on Spotify or something?
Yes, they're on Spotify.
Okay. I'll check them out. I love punk, so.
Yeah, they're really, really.
Wait, do you like Blink 182 or is that too?
I don't like them that much. No.
Okay, all right. You like real punk. Like
I'm into old school.
No
punk.
pop punk, dude.
yeah.
No, I like some pop punk. I like the Queers and stuff like that, and like those kind of pop punk bands. The Queers are great.
The Queers.
You don't know the Queers? Oh, you should play some of their songs. Like
Okay.
when you're doing your musical sets and stuff.
Okay.
They
Sure.
got some good stuff.
Sure. The Queers.
What's their vibe? Like any
Yay.
of like what would be in there? Like this is the Queers radio, like
I mean,
on Spotify. Like who are the other?
They're kind of like bubblegum punk a little bit. They're sort of like, but they sing. The singer is really like sings a lot about girls and falling in love and stuff. And
Just go on Spotify and type in queer radio,
type in
and I'm sure you'll
Yeah.
come across a lot of punk rock.
yeah, and RuPaul and other stuff like that.
Yeah.
Randomly mixed in. So yeah, anyway, they were great, and the show was really fun. I wish you guys could have been there. I think you really would have enjoyed it. It was the girl who runs Feed the Scene put on the show.
Oh, that's a cool name.
Her Rachel, she does all this she works with like Wu-Tang and Busta Rhymes and stuff too. But she puts on shows locally. She's also like a cook, and she started out like preparing food for bands that were like touring, and they'd crash at her house, and she would give them food, and then like now it's become a big time thing. Like she puts on big shows and knows all these bands, and she's really great. She's a really great person. She's actually trying to buy the Sidebar in Baltimore.
Oh, nice.
Somebody should.
Where is
Yeah.
that?
It's in the middle of nowhere, but also in downtown.
It's kind of near the courthouse.
Oh, okay.
On,
Oh,
like, Guilford
oh,
Avenue.
wait. I drive by that on the way to work.
It's close to Baltimore
It's like
Street.
right. Yeah, it's like right on Baltimore Street, right?
Yeah, it's
that
like a
would be
block
such
away.
a cool like weird cop bar if cops were cool.
It was a lawyer. It was called the Sidebar because a lot of lawyers would go there
That would make sense.
during the day, and they drink. And,
Hilarious.
I
didn't
would
think
go
about that.
there.
Yeah,
I would want to just go there and hang out and listen. Lawyers are the most gossipy people besides comedians.
Oh, I'm
like
sure.
any like lawyer or client I've ever had in a strip club, they want to come in and talk about all of their cases, and it is
God.
bananas. I'm like, dude, Planet Fitness did what? And it's just like, and then I leave work with just this information, and I'm like, thank God I do comedy, because where the fuck am I else? What else would I
Yeah.
be doing with all of this, like that my brain is absorbing?
definitely. Yeah, but
So when you're at a show,
Yeah.
are you in the pit? Are
Yes.
you in the back?
yeah, even though I'm an older guy, I still like to get in the pit. It's kind of how I get a
Cool. Hell
workout.
yeah.
It's like
Nice, dude.
it's exercise. Like the next day, I feel it in my legs and in my arms and in my head if I'm like headbanging a lot. And
Gotta drink a protein shake.
How often do you go to
a concert.
shows?
it depends. Like if a band I like comes around, not very
Okay.
often. Maybe
All
like
right.
once a month, maybe.
Okay.
That's
All
pretty
right.
often.
That is pretty
Is
often.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I don't go to concerts at all.
Really?
I hate crowds. Like the only
Yeah.
reason I'm going to the Young Rising Suns concert is because I'm like pretty sure I'm just gonna go backstage. I'm like,
Yeah, and hang
You're
out.
not going to go
backstage.
see All Time Low? They're playing at Wrecker on Thanksgiving Eve.
yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna go and try to hang out with them at Full Tilt.
Aha.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I just don't like crowds. I mean unpredictable audiences, like people like
You
that,
don't know
like,
what's gonna happen.
Yeah, no, and like I never know how people are gonna treat me, and like it's just weird. And
I guess you got to worry about aggressive men and like.
Yeah, a guy in a cowboy hat tried to like kiss me last night at the Adams Bomb show, and I was
Nope.
like, "What the?
Whoa.
For one, why?" And
Is that one in DC? Or is
yeah,
Okay.
that one's in DC. It's like close
I
to
hear good
DuPont
things
Circle.
about it,
It
yeah.
was really really good.
It's good if you want to get kissed by cowboys.
I guess,
Yeah, if you are into
Cowboy
cowboys,
Kiss capital of the world.
yeah, that's how they should start advertising it. Yeah, no, and I was there with another comedian, and he was like, "Oh my god, that guy tried to kiss me." I was like, "Yeah, you should just hang around me for long enough, and it just gets weirder."
Yeah,
That was like
that's not
one of the
cool.
more
I hate that
normal
shit.
things. I don't know. One time at Max's, I got handed a pepper from a nice man outside. Like I was outside smoking, and I just
Like a bell pepper? Like a
it
green
was-
pepper?
Yeah, it was a red pepper, but it was like me and Andy, like Andy Basto,
Mm-hmm.
we ate it at Zizmo's afterwards, which was fun.
You're very
But, like,
brave.
yes, I know.
Yeah.
Me
Here's
and
a
my
random-
pepper eating.
Here's a random pepper.
Oh yeah, but I mean, if somebody is gonna like Snow White poison me through a delicious spicy pepper. That's how I go. And if Prince Charming kisses me and wakes me up, dope. If not, I'm going to take a really good nap and I'm going to look really good forever. So it's like, all right. So I'll take that L. But it was like bell pepper on the outside, but like jalapeno on the inside. It was like some kind of weird hybrid pepper. I was like, ooh, what a scientific little farmer I met.
Fucking random.
But he was just like standing outside, like, and he stood like 3 feet away from me and didn't say anything, but he just had this bag of peppers, and I'm, obnoxious, so I was like, what's up with the peppers? And he was like, these are from my aunt's salsa recipe. And then like I kind of disassociated for about half of that because I was like,
well, whatever.
All right, aunt salsa, sounds delicious. And then he was like, would you like one? And I was like, yeah,
of course.
And I just walk up and like Mert is just sitting there and he's like, what is this? And then he's just showing the pepper off like it's like Simba, like
That's
newborn
crazy.
Simba. It was a good time. No, I do ask, like, I definitely get myself into these situations because I ask questions. Bobby Ray had to stop me from asking a man how he lost his leg last night. Or was it last? No, it wasn't last night. It was a Thursday night. Like we were standing outside of Sismos and this guy with one leg and like a bunch of like tattoos all over his like face and neck and everything came out to like smoke, and he was just sitting there and he looked kind of cool. He was like just like a really big bald dude with like one leg and a bunch of tattoos. He had like a kick-ass spider.
What was your plan? How were you going to bring it up to him?
I was straight up just going to be like,
how'd
hey,
you lose that?
Yeah. No, it's exactly how I approach people and it just works. Just like I was going to be like, hey, what happened here? Because he was on crutches. It seemed like it might have been a recent thing. It could have been a cool story. And I was like, should I ask? And Bobby was like, don't. And I was like, I want to ask. And he was like, don't.
He could have been all mental about it and shot you. I don't know.
Oh, you know what? You roll the dice. Sometimes you ask about the leg and sometimes you don't.
Good point.
No, I ended up like drinking with that guy like way later that night with Michael Scotton. Dude, I watched the Phillies game with Michael Scotton and drank a bunch of beers with him.
He's hilarious.
It was the first time we'd ever hung out. He's super fucking cool.
Yeah.
Lives in Baltimore now.
Yeah. He accidentally ghosted Kevin. So like Kevin leaves his book like everywhere. You know?
Yeah, right.
And
gotta attach that book to him.
We need to get him like an emo kid chain, and instead of attaching it to a wallet, it's his book.
Correct.
But like Michael had his book, and like Kevin went to go pick it up and was like texting him. I'm out front of his house for like 30 minutes, and he like was texting me. He was like, Michael Scotton ghosted me. He has my book, and now he's not picking up. And I was like,
He's making photocopies at the FedEx.
I was like, did you knock on the door? And he was like, no. So then he did that, and Michael was like, oh yeah, I just didn't have my phone on. Why didn't you just knock? And I'm like,
just not. Yeah, come on, people.
Yeah,
common sense.
Cool dude. Didn't know that I could outdrink him though. I
could see that.
That was a fun experience because he was like talking about. He was like, I'm an alcoholic. We drank the same amount. Like we were going like drink for drink. And
can you chug, or are you not?
I can chug if.
Okay, some people are impressive chuggers.
I usually will do like two or three big gulps of a beer at a time, and then
you can't just open the hatch and down. Some people can, like 2 seconds.
Nah. I'm not that skilled. I wish I was that.
Yeah, the shotgunning and the chugging, I'm never.
But like,
yeah,
he had to
enjoy it.
Take a nap.
I'm a
in
marathon
his car
drinker.
Afterwards.
Yes, right. Sounds like you're a marathon.
Yeah. Wait, what?
There are sprinters and there are marathon runner. There are marathon
I'm in
drinkers.
for the long haul.
Just fucking enjoy it, man.
Well, yeah, because anytime I go out, I know like if it's starting at 6, I'm not going home till 3. So I'm just like,
you don't want to pound it too fast. That makes sense. So going back to the port, with Daddy Home, this is kind of the thing. Like it's sort of like an ADHD type of podcast where it just jumps around. There's no real structure.
No, you're good. It's just a conversation.
And I have my mental issues, so I kind of can't concentrate on certain things. So the port, it's been in business now for 2 weeks. You've been locally doing shows for like about a year, I guess.
Yeah, since like March.
That's
we started
awesome.
Max's and then added a Abbey Burger show in Federal Hill, and then that theater that's across basically the street from the port. Yeah. Okay,
so the port, is it just booked shows, or are you doing open mics also?
No, originally I was gonna do open mics, but now I'm telling people like, our open mics are Fells Point Tavern at 10 p.m. on Tuesdays, Max's Tap House Saturday at 8 p.m. You got to be killing in both those rooms to like get on the get on a show, basically.
Because right now you don't need to do the open mics. Like you already have enough people coming out to shows.
Yeah.
'Cause I feel like open mics can sometimes just be filler.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. I might do a
nothing
bringer, like Maria Sanchez was suggesting doing a bringer or something, like something similar to Magoobies or some competition based thing. I don't know.
I mean, yeah,
but
maybe if you need the money, I guess. Or
yeah,
You
it's not
always-
something I
well,
want to
you
do,
always
because
need
I
the
don't
money.
like doing them. Like
Yeah,
I've
they're a
been
pain
on
in
the
the
other
ass.
side of them. Yeah, wrangling 4 friends to see you again. Like,
yeah,
but
I don't know. Some people have a lot of friends though that want to come out and see them.
yep.
Some people, not. You know.
I just don't want it to like reflect on like, someone bombing super hard and having an audience there and being like, is this what this place is? So I try to do it like, oh, everyone here's working the DC Improv, Magoobies, or like in town doing showcases or like at mics that I've seen them kill.
Yeah,
It's like,
maybe once the weather gets like much colder.
Yeah.
And there's less of a crowd, then you start doing
right.
stuff
Like,
like that.
please come open
But
mic.
like, this time
Yeah.
of year when the weather is nice and you have tourists and people
Yeah,
walking
yeah.
around, like you want to put on your best shows.
Yeah, exactly.
We can have like drunk hot cocoa nights at the port, like make hot cocoa.
Yeah, I'm
and,
looking
like,
forward to the
bring your
winter.
own
Actually,
beer,
I feel like it's
or,
going to be like
bring your
a
own,
date
like-
spot.
Yeah.
It can be, definitely.
Because it's little 2 tops and I got a candle.
Oh, and that's perfect
shit.
for crowd work too. You're setting
Yep.
people up. You're setting the crowd up for their own failure, and it's going to be so fun because
Yep.
all the comedians are going to be like, "So you guys are on dates?" Why
Yep.
did I go full Parker Brown?
But it has been hard now because like I really don't get to do mics like that much now in the last couple of weeks. Like I'm there pretty much every night.
Well, yeah.
Now, so it's like I'll do like the one I do is Fells Point Tavern Tuesdays at 10 p.m.
You could still host shows. Right,
Oh yeah,
if you
well
wanted
that's the thing.
to.
I'm like hosting. I'm hosting a lot of the stuff there. Well, so like Kyrie hosts Monday, Garrett hosts Wednesday, and then anything else, yeah, I'm hosting. So I'm like, I'm
in
getting
a
better
way-
about letting go and being like, all right, you can't just only, you got to be okay with doing like working out newer stuff because like you're not doing mics, so this is going to be it. So, but
Yeah.
I've like last night I was doing that, incorporating some new stuff that was killing. So it was like starting to get better with that.
Okay, so the port, it's every night of the week there's a show.
Basically Monday through Saturday, and I'm thinking about adding a like Alexis Madrid is thinking about doing like a Sunday something show
Maybe
there.
like after the football season.
Yeah, I don't know, or it might be like a brunch, like because there's always in Fells,
yes.
there's always people walking around half in the bag at like 2 p.m.
That's a good idea.
So if it
That's
was
a
like
great
3
idea.
p.m., $5 show, maybe $7, and I'll provide
That's a
the
great idea.
mimosas or whatever the fuck,
Kinda love that.
'Cause I can't sell the alcohol, but I could sell a ticket where it's like, and it comes with 2 mimosas or whatever.
And
Oh,
then
dude.
where would they get it from? Next door?
No, I would buy the champagne and the mimosas that day and then just like have it just like included in the ticket price. So it's like I'm not selling booze directly, I'm selling like the ticket or whatever. There's
God
one way
damn.
around it. So
Dude, that's
there's
genius.
all sorts of
Loving
ways.
it.
There's booze infused ice cream. There's Sir Alex, that guy.
No, but
He's like he's a pretty big comic in there, whatever, DC Improv and stuff. But that's what he wants to do is like an ice cream social where he's gonna like sell a higher ticket and then like there's gonna be boozy ice cream there for sale from a vendor that has the license to sell boozy
Smart.
ice cream. So
That's
he's just gonna
so
rent the
smart.
space and he's gonna bring in a vendor with their licenses and whatever. So
Damn, dude, that's great.
yeah, it's going okay.
You
so
really
far.
thought it through. Like it wasn't sort of like an impulsive thing to do. That was really smart. How you?
No, I
kind
had to
of-
do like cash projection, and even after doing all that stuff, I'm like, it's gonna be tight. This place is not gonna be
Yeah.
about like I always tell people like I'm just a dumb comic that signed the lease, but it's gonna be like 20 of us to like fill this tank every month, and like if I can live on it eventually, I would. But like it's like the rent there is obviously crazy, because
Yeah.
it's right on the water in
Yes.
Fells, So, but we're getting good. Like Chris Rock's brother Jordan Rock is going to do a show there on a Monday because he's at Magoobies or whatever on Sunday for someone else. So we're starting
cool.
to get like Liz Mealy's already moving a ton of tickets. So we're slowly ramping up. I guess.
I opened for her years
Really?
ago
Hell yeah.
when she was featuring for Jim Florentine.
Oh, nice.
It was really weird.
Yeah, well, she's a beast now. She's got some viral YouTube special, I think.
Yeah, I remember she was much younger in the comedy scene, out of like New Jersey or Virginia or something like that. New York now. Well, she was in New York actually. I don't know where she's living now,
Yeah.
but that's cool. That's
Yeah.
exciting. I know her and Umar are really close friends.
Yeah, I think Umar's going to feature for her when she does her shows here.
Yeah, that
That'll be
sounds great.
Yep.
Hello, Umar.
Yeah,
Yeah,
He's
Umar's
so
the man.
cool.
He stepped in last minute, like because with the city, you never know when your permits are going to come through. So our permits came through, and we could open the club. But it was like on a Thursday, I figured that out. So I reached out to Umar on a whim because he's a great, he's a headliner and stuff. And I was like, well, he's probably going to be booked, but he like just had the weekend free, and I didn't really book him till like the next day on Friday, and then he promoted it that day, and yeah, he stepped in and headlined the first weekend there. It was great.
That is great.
Sweet.
I think he's probably very happy about your situation, and he's super supportive if he likes you. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
and I feel like he would like you. Like, you guys would get along pretty well.
And like, so like when we first did the first Vagabond show, he was the first headliner, you know, and then we had Chris Allen was the second, or maybe Kyrie was the second, and then Chris Allen was the third. But
I don't think I know who Chris Allen is.
Yeah, it was Kyrie was second, and then Chris Allen was third because that was the one. That
he's like a DC comic, and he does like he works with all the big comics that Umar works with when he features for Tim Dillon, Mark Norman, whatever. Chris Allen's in that same network and headlining himself, and
you had
he's got a popular pod, I think.
Yeah, Nick Oko was on that show. He's been on like all of the Vagabond shows, right?
Yeah, well, I just love Nick Oka, dude.
Right?
I mean, and a bro,
Where
and
has
like
he been? I was thinking,
working
I was like,
shows, man. He's busy.
Like I haven't seen him at any of the things that I've been at, and I'm like, oh man, he must be fucking killing it.
getting busy.
I think he's like half Japanese.
I was just thinking about him because he was there for the handcuffing situation.
Yep.
And like when I saw him Saturday,
Dude, that was
that
was so much fun.
Yeah,
there were like toy guns up there or whatever, and we were just like posing and taking all these ridiculous pictures.
Yes.
You
Like,
guys are crazy.
Oh my god,
man.
I wish we would have put on more costumes, but that was a little bit crossing into like scary boundaries. Because
but that's the fun thing about the Vagabond is like whenever we set up there's some other show being produced that month, so the background's just different. Like last time it was like a kitchen from like a sitcom, you know, was like the backdrop of the stage, and I was like,
just have a Seinfeld bass line every time somebody walks in.
No, it was like I was like, oh, Law, time for dinner, and he came out of a door in the set, you know, or
so
whatever.
Cute.
It was hilarious. Yeah.
That's great. Well, I appreciate you guys coming in today to the studio. What do we call the studio? The Jungle?
The Jungle.
Coming to the Jungle.
No, this is an amazing space. You should have like an IG for this, or what do you?
We have the live from the studio
Okay. All right.
podcast Instagram. I'll follow you right now. What are you on Instagram?
The Port Comedy.
This is
That's the IG. Or I'm at matthurley.comedy. That's my personal.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is sick.
I'm following you
This should
right
be where
now,
all the
dude.
pods are done in Baltimore.
It should be.
It should be.
And it
definitely.
almost is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thanks for coming out. This is Daddy Home, everyone. Thanks for checking out the show, and go fucking iceberg.